And what is up, guys? Andrew from the Denmen here, and Witch Queen is still a little ways away. That means there is still plenty of information that we can find out about the upcoming expansion sometime in the future. But while we wait for more details on Witch Queen, what is the far future of Destiny looking like? From what we got from the reveal event, there are 2 more expansions planned for the game, and they are shaping up to be quite interesting. The 2 DLCs in question are Lightfall and The Final Shape, both looking to have unique storylines and more coming when they release. We could see a lot of different features for the game, and today we will go through all of it. So if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and get comfy, because we are going deep into what we could see for both Lightfall and The Final Shape. Now, most of this is speculation because there's not a lot that we know just yet, but we can draw some conclusions on a couple of things that we will be seeing in the future. First off, Bungie has already confirmed that a new subclass was supposed to be coming in Witch Queen, but they cautiously decided to wait to do more testing on it. I think this was the right decision on Bungie's part because we do not want to have another stasis situation. To pass the time though, they're giving us light-based subclass revamps, and I am glad that they're doing this sooner rather than later. This was a much needed change because stasis was overpowered when it came to its aspects and fragment system. Getting back to it though, we will likely be seeing the new subclass that they have been working on sometime in the future, and the perfect place to give it to us is Lightfall. It's basically a slam dunk decision to happen because we know that there will be more darkness based subclasses coming to the game, and Bungie will likely give it to us in major expansions, and Lightfall is the next one to come out, so it is an easy observation from there. The new supers in question we can speculate on, but we don't know what they are just yet. If the next one we are getting was supposed to come out in Witch Queen, it is likely to assume that it would have been poison based. As with Stasis in Europa, the area where the expansion takes place most likely will dictate what kind of powers we will get. Savathûn's throne world looks very toxic, and we know that hive weapons have a poisonous nature to them, so we can speculate it would have had something to do with poison. Now, it doesn't look like that will be the case in Lightfall's situation, because if we are getting the subclass from Witch Queen, then it will not have the same theme to it as the overall expansion. Either way, it looks highly likely that we will be getting some brand new supers in the next expansion, and it could be those that are poison based. What about The Final Shape? Will we be seeing brand new subclasses for this expansion as well? Well, to complete the trio of darkness supers, we will for sure be seeing new ones come into the game. It will likely be one closely related to the darkness, seeing how The Final Shape is the conclusion to the darkness saga. I can really see something that would be similar to the nightmare aspects on the moon, but turn it up to 11, and that is what the supers would be like. It will for sure be the final set of abilities that we will get from the darkness, and something unlike any other super we have ever seen. We don't have a lot of information on the subclasses we will be getting in the future, but hopefully we get more information on them sooner rather than later. Moving on though, another big topic of discussion when it comes to Lightfall and The Final Shape is if we will be seeing brand new enemies come into the game. We have not seen a brand new enemy type since the Taken from the Taken King, and those are still copied from other races in game. It will be a refreshing change of pace if we see some type of new faction, and it is actually very likely to get one. Taking a look at Witch Queen, it was basically confirmed that we would be getting the Hive with the new expansion focusing on Savathûn. But now with Lightfall, we already know from the title image that it will have something to do with the pyramid ships. The Final Shape, on the other hand, could be something much, much worse, and I will get back to that in just a second. From what we know of already, the pyramid ships are an entity of the darkness or take orders from it directly. Just know that they are closely related to what the darkness is, but what could be controlling the ships themselves, or are they just sentient objects? I'd wager that there is some type of enemy controlling the pyramid ships, and it is highly likely we will meet our foe come Lightfall. At the time of this video, we have zero clue what it could be, or if they are any at all. It is, however, highly likely that whoever is controlling the pyramid ships is heavily influenced by the darkness and could have the same powers as the Guardians of the Last City. Just like how the Traveler gives us the ability to use the light, could these ships give our enemy the power to use the darkness? It will definitely be a refreshing change of pace if we get new enemies in Lightfall, and hopefully it comes to pass. The final shape is something unique though, and could bring in something far worse. Let's just stick with the theory that we could be getting new enemies in Lightfall. It would be safe to assume that we will also see them in the next expansion, the final shape. Hopefully Bungie does not give them a one and done like they did with the Siva Fallen or the Scorn, and we will be seeing more of them in the future. In the final shape, if we do get the same enemies from Lightfall, we would still need a big bad to bring it all together. Recently hinted at in dialogue through characters is someone called Skira the Watcher. This is an old enemy of the Fallen, but it could also be one of our greatest foes. In the pyramid ships, we see a statue of a person, and I think that it is highly likely that this is the so-called Skira the Watcher. This person is likely the head of whoever we will be fighting in Lightfall and the final shape, and they might have the abilities of the darkness to utilize as well. It will for sure be interesting to see if Bungie will bring in any new enemies that we will have to fight against, and I hope that we will see them in Lightfall or the final shape. A huge part of every Destiny expansion is where it takes place. Savathun's throne world looks like it will be the large-scale and detailed environment that fans of the game have been waiting for. This is hopefully just the beginning for locations, with Lightfall and the final shape taking it even a step further. What would be such an interesting location would be the main pyramid ship like what we got with the Dreadnought and the Taken King. Take a look at this early concept art and you will instantly get a feel of what could possibly be coming in the game. A very dark tone to a location is exactly what I want to see from Bungie, and we could definitely get it in Lightfall. Taking a look at Savathun's throne world, it looks like they are ramping up the alien environments and going away from just a planet and what you would normally expect. Even though something like EDZ is cool, it does not compare in variety for something like what we are getting in Witch Queen. In Lightfall, having a darkness homeworld or the main pyramid ship would defy what we know when it comes to locations, and then add even more to it. Taking a deeper look into a pyramid ship is exactly what could be coming to Destiny 2, and I expect Bungie will add a lot more to a location like this to make it even better. The final shape, on the other hand, is very much up in the air location-wise for a couple of reasons. We know that this will be the culmination of the Darkness saga, but what will happen beforehand and during is still yet to be determined. Since there is so much we don't yet know about Lightfall and Witch Queen, it's hard to draw conclusions on what we will be seeing. We can come up with a couple of different locations that it could possibly take place, and they are all very interesting. First one is a possibility if we don't travel to a pyramid ship in Lightfall. If we don't, then it is more likely that we will be getting it in the final shape. Since they are heavily connected to the darkness, we will for sure be seeing them returning at some point in the future. It would be fitting to end the Darkness saga where for so long we believed was the main threat against the last city. Another possible destination is wherever the planets that got taken by the darkness are. Before Beyond Light, we got a seasonal event that showed us the Traveler reawakening and 4 planets getting taken out of the game. Now in-game they were swallowed by the darkness, but Bungie just used it as a way to put them into the Destiny content vault. I think it would be very interesting to travel into these anomalies and see what could possibly be a darkness realm. Something like the Ascendant Plane, but a whole lot darker and even crazier. A destination like this would be hard to do, but would also be fun to explore. The third option is to upgrade existing zones and make them put onto a larger scale. I could really see them taking a look back at previous locations and making them larger and fit into the current story. Look at something like the moon, which has not been used since Shadowkeep and could really use a revamp. I could really see them taking the pyramid ship under the moon and making it a bigger plot device and seeing new areas be explored. Bringing older zones into the story that they are trying to tell really makes the world more enjoyable, and that is not a bad thing at all. The pinnacle of Destiny PvE, the thing that players all across the world try to complete, is of course a raid. We will be getting a brand new one in Witch Queen, and it will be a fun piece of content. Now, Lightfall has a chance to take it even further with more encounters, new enemy factions, and a ton of bosses. Look at the Last Wish raid from Forsaken. It had a lot of different and unique encounters with plenty of bosses to take down. Lightfall can accomplish this as well with distinct features, fun encounters, and a great location. They don't have to change up the raid formula that much with Lightfall, but the final shape on the other hand is where it gets very interesting. This is the culmination of everything that Bungie has been doing for the past 10 years, and they will want to end the Darkness Saga with a bang. That means expect the raid in the final shape to be something that we have never seen and be one of the best ones yet. Whether that means an epic battle, or a lot of bosses, or even something completely different, the raid for the final shape will be something that everyone will want to try out. Dungeons, on the other hand, can be described as smaller versions of raids, and they have been a fun piece of content since the Shattered Throne launched with Forsaken. Bungie is revamping them with 3 new ones coming out within the year, with the first one being the Loot Cave on the Cosmodrome. The other 2 we will have to wait a little longer, with them coming out in seasons after Witch Queen's launch. It will be interesting to see if Bungie continues the trend with 2 new ones each year, and if we will be seeing this happen for Lightfall in the final shape. I hope that they keep doing this, with them being fun content that more people can experience while also still being very challenging. These next 2 expansions after Witch Queen are shaping up to be some of the best we could ever have. If Bungie continues its trend of more unique content like what we are getting with stuff like Presage and Shattered Realm, then we could be seeing a revamped Destiny 2. You add all of the other stuff that we'll be getting like new subclasses, enemies, and dungeons, and it really seems like there is no better time to get into the game than right now. We do know that Bungie is not done with Destiny 2 after the final shape, but that is very far in the future, and we have no idea what we could be getting. We can start to draw conclusions on the next 2 expansions after Witch Queen, but it looks like everything is up in the air as of right now. We likely will be getting more news on Lightfall in the final shape once Witch Queen launches, so expect to see some more on that in the coming months. Either way, the final 2 expansions in the Darkness Saga are shaping up to be one of the best yet, and you do not want to miss them when they come out. But that is all for me now though, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment any videos you want to see in the future, and I'll see you all next time.